Porco Rosso, man. Pretty low, still, I guess. I mean, he was higher, but like after thinking about it a lot, like I decided to put him a little low. But that does not mean that I don't like this movie. I like this movie, a lot more than The Wind Rises, as you can see. But the thing that, the reason why is I think it's because I love Porco Rosso himself. I love his character so much, dude. Like, I love his design. I mean, he's just a pig, right? But he's not just a pig, he's just so much more. He's a man, you know? He's a real, like, charismatic, he's chill, he's just trying to live life, he's a good man. So it doesn't matter what he looks like, because there's just so much to Porco Rosso on the inside that makes him such a wonderful character. And I really love him for that. But other than that, there are like other elements in the movie are weaker than Porco Rosso himself. Like, he's the strong part of the movie, but they're not bad. So what is more or less Porco Rosso about? I had a hard time remembering what it was about. I had to, like, again, look it up a little bit. From what I remember is that Porco Rosso, he's a pig because he was cursed from war. So because of that, he turned into a pig. Oh yeah, he's a pilot, by the way, for those who don't know. And this is basically Ghibli's early signs of showing us that he was a pilot nerd this whole time, right? Because this was his first, like, pilot movie, right? And you can tell, like, this is kind of like the beginnings, like, almost of Miyazaki's, like, message of live life to the fullest, right? Like, he really loves planes and that message, right? And, like, just like The Wind Rises has that, you can see that in Porco Rosso as well. So even though Porco Rosso, he was cursed, but he's still trying to live life to the fullest. He's still trying to, like, redeem himself for his sins. I don't remember, like, what those sins were, but, like, I think he did something bad, like, while he in his pilot days and his war days, and he's trying to, you know, commend for that. And you can see that he basically is slowly commending for that, because he's already by the point that we see him a very good person, a very likable character, right? So the movie is about, he likes to fly still. He loves flying more than anything. So he goes into this shop and he wants his plane fixed, and he meets the 17-year-old girl who she falls in love with him, right? And it's like, Miyazaki, couldn't you have made her 18? Please? Couldn't you have made her 18? What is it with your fucking characters and being underage and falling in love with older men, dude? Why? Why? I don't understand, Miyazaki. It's like, is it so that younger people can relate? Like, why, dude? What is it with the number 17 in these movies? I don't get it, but I digress. Alas, she's underage, but whatever. She falls in love with a pig who's like in his 30s or 40s, I think. And there is like this group of like bandits of the sky who really hate Porco Rosso for some reason, and the guy, like the leader, like really is in love with the girl who's in love with Porco Rosso, right? And he doesn't know that she likes him, right? Just like, whatever. And the guy is like, he's threatening, he's like, oh, we're gonna fight, we're gonna duel, or whatever the fuck. And Porco Rosso's just like, okay. You know? It's like, oh, dude, why? Just chill, like, let's fight, let's live. It's like, no! And it's like, fine, I'll fight you, I guess. And then, but everything works out, and then they end up being friends, and the girl, like, tells him, I love you, Porco Rosso, and it kind of ends like that, right? So, yeah, I'm sorry that if I wasn't able to explain the plot all that much, but you know, like, Miyazaki is more of a character-driven storyteller than narrative, right? You guys know that at this point. And if you didn't know, if you didn't watch the other videos, or I don't even remember if I mentioned it at this point, oh my god! But anyways, I guess I'll repeat, repetition is good, right? So Miyazaki is a person who, whenever he makes a story, he draws something, and from that drawing, that's where he creates the movie, right? He never writes scripts, he doesn't care about that shit. He wants to show the world something beautiful. And those grow from the drawing is not from words, right? He's a man's like 1,000 picture is worth more than 1,000 words. Like, he lives by that, and like that's how this movie was made. So yeah, I like this movie. I think it's a very sweet movie. I prefer this one 50 times more than The Wind Rises. This was much better, more enjoyable, because again, I love Porco Rosso. Like, I just want to give him a hug so bad. Like, he's my spirit animal, dude. Like, like, I feel like I could just have a conversation with him and like, dude, teach me about life, dude. Like, just like tell me about your stories. Like, dude, like, let's smoke a cigarette. Like, I don't smoke, but like, let's smoke a cigarette and just talk to me about anything. Like, he just seems like such a cool dude. So in that case, I do recommend Porco Rosso if you've seen all the other Ghibli movies and you want to watch something Ghibli that like it's nice. I would recommend Porco